The incredible story of Audie Murphy begins with his birth on June 20th, 1925, in Kingston, Texas. As the seventh of 12 children born into a struggling sharecropping family during the Great Depression, he faced immense hardship early in life. His father abandoned the family when Audie was young, and his mother passed away when he was just 16. Orphaned, and with only a 5th-grade education, Murphy left school to work various odd jobs, supporting his younger siblings. These formative years instilled in him a profound sense of responsibility, perseverance, and toughness. In 1942, despite being rejected by the Navy and Marine Corps for being too small and underweight at 5 feet 5 and just over 110 pounds, Murphy enlisted in the U.S. Army. His unassuming physical stature belied an extraordinary courage and leadership that would soon be evident on the battlefield. Throughout World War II, Murphy served with distinction across North Africa, Italy, France, and Germany, quickly earning a reputation for bravery, tactical brilliance, and unwavering dedication to his comrades. On January 26, 1945, near Holzwihr, France, 19-year-old Murphy single-handedly held off an entire company of German troops for over an hour. Wounded and outgunned, he famously climbed onto a burning tank destroyer, using its .50 caliber machine gun to decimate enemy forces while simultaneously calling in artillery strikes. This unbelievable act of valor earned him the Medal of Honor, the highest U.S. military award. By the war's end, Murphy had received every U.S. combat award for valor available, including the Distinguished Service Cross, 2 Silver Stars, the Bronze Star, and 3 Purple Hearts, totaling an astounding 33 awards and decorations from the United States and Allied nations, making him the most decorated American soldier of World War II, returning home a national hero. Murphy struggled deeply with the psychological scars of war, suffering from what was then called battle fatigue, now recognized as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Despite these internal battles, he used his fame to raise awareness for veterans' issues and the critical need for mental health support, becoming one of the first public figures to openly discuss the emotional toll of combat. Murphy transitioned into a successful Hollywood career, starring in over 40 films. Most notably, he played himself in the 1955 biographical war film To Hell and Back, based on his own memoir. This powerful performance recreated his wartime experiences for the screen, becoming a box office hit and solidifying his status as both a war hero and a movie star. Though he frequently appeared in westerns and war dramas, Murphy maintained a humble perspective on his acting, never seeing himself as a great performer. He also tried his hand at songwriting, penning several country and western songs, some of which were recorded by prominent artists like Dean Martin and Charlie Pride. In 1957, Murphy landed a memorable role as the Utica Kid in the classic western Night Passage, sharing the screen with legends James Stewart and Dan Duryea, a milestone that showcased his ability to hold his own alongside Hollywood's biggest names. The year 1959 was particularly prolific for Murphy, as he starred in 3 distinct westerns. In The Wild and the Innocent, he showed great on-screen chemistry with Sandra Dee, while behind the scenes, he served as an uncredited co-producer on the stark black-and-white drama Cast a Long Shadow, collaborating with the esteemed Walter Mirisch. However, it was his intense, layered portrayal of a hired killer in No Name on the Bullet that truly captivated critics, elevating his reputation as a versatile and compelling leading man in the Western genre. Murphy's talents extended beyond the big screen. In 1960, he charmed television audiences alongside Thelma Ritter in an episode of Startime titled The Man, showcasing his ease and charisma in the burgeoning medium. His civic duty and patriotism continued to shine in the early 1960s as he contributed to the United States Army's The Big Picture television series for 3 episodes, appearing as a trusted face of the military's public outreach. His dedication earned him the prestigious Outstanding Civilian Service Medal in 1960, particularly for the episode Broken Bridge, where he traveled to military installations across Germany, Italy, Turkey, and the American Southwest, blending entertainment with real-world military significance. During this era, Murphy's creative collaborations flourished. He worked closely with writer Claire Hoffaker, who penned screenplays for 2 of Murphy's significant 1961 films, 7 Ways from Sundown and Posse from Hell, solidifying Murphy's leading status in Western cinema. Another influential partnership was with Willard and Mary Willingham, who became close friends. Willard produced Murphy's 1961 television series, Whispering Smith, and co-wrote the screenplay for Battle at Bloody Beach that same year. Their collaboration continued through the mid-1960s with Bullet for a Bad Man, 1964, and Arizona Raiders, 1965, further defining Murphy's legacy in the Western genre. The Willinghams also crafted the screenplay for Gunpoint and wrote the script for 40 Guns to Apache Pass, 1967, which would be Murphy's final starring lead in a Western film. Expanding his horizons, Murphy filmed Trunk to Cairo in Israel in 1966, demonstrating his willingness to explore diverse roles beyond traditional American settings. One of the most pivotal relationships in Murphy's career began unexpectedly in a boxing gym with director Bud Boticher. Murphy requested to be Boticher's boxing partner, sparking a creative partnership that lasted nearly 2 decades. This led to Murphy starring in Boticher's first Western, The Cimarron Kid, 1951, laying the groundwork for future collaborations. Their bond endured, and in 1969, Boticher wrote the script for A Time for Dying, which would sadly be Murphy's last film, a poignant capstone to their long professional relationship. Though they had plans for 2 more projects, A Horse for Mr. Barnum and When There's Something to Do, these films never came to fruition. Audie Murphy's personal life, much like his professional one, was marked by both joy and turbulence, reflecting the struggles he faced beyond the battlefield. In 1949, he married actress Wanda Hendricks, a well-known Hollywood figure. Their marriage garnered considerable media attention, partly due to Murphy's rising fame as a war hero and Hendricks's ascending Hollywood career, but it was brief. Their marriage was strained by his PTSD, and he would sometimes experience flashbacks that led to volatile episodes. They divorced in 1951. Later that year, he married Pamela Archer, a flight attendant, and they had 2 sons, James Shannon and Terrence Michael. Despite his continued struggles with PTSD, insomnia, and financial difficulties in his later years, Murphy remained a staunch advocate for veterans. He tragically died in a plane crash in Virginia on May 28, 1971, shortly before his 46th birthday. He was buried with full military honors at Arlington National Cemetery, his grave becoming one of the most visited sites there, a testament to his enduring legacy as a national hero who bravely faced both the horrors of war and the challenges of peace. Their union, however, was fraught with challenges. The pressures of Hollywood life, Murphy's ongoing struggles with post-traumatic stress disorder following his wartime experiences, and the inherent difficulties in managing a public relationship, strained their marriage. After 2 years of attempting to make their relationship work, they officially divorced in 1951, marking the end of a chapter that had been both a romantic endeavor and a public spectacle. Remarkably, just 4 days after his divorce from Wanda Hendricks was finalized, Murphy remarried. This second marriage was to Pamela Opal Lee Archer, a former airline stewardess whose calm demeanor and grounded personality provided a stark contrast to the glamour and turbulence of Murphy's first marriage. Pamela and Audie's relationship developed quickly, and their decision to marry so soon after his divorce reflected both the urgency and intensity with which Murphy sought stability and family life amidst the chaos of his personal struggles. Pamela brought a sense of normalcy and support to Murphy's life that he desperately needed. Together, Audie Murphy and Pamela Opal Lee Archer built a family that became a cornerstone of Murphy's later years. They had 2 sons, Terry Michael, born in 1952, who would later become known for his own work in the entertainment industry, carrying on the family's connection to Hollywood, and James Shannon, their younger son, born a few years later, who also grew up with the legacy of his father's remarkable life shadowing his own. Both sons were raised with an awareness of their father's extraordinary accomplishments and the burdens that came with them. The marriage between Audie and Pamela lasted much longer than his first, providing him with a greater degree of personal happiness and familial support. Pamela's role in Murphy's life extended beyond that of a wife. She was a confidant who helped him navigate the often overwhelming pressures of fame, trauma, and public expectations. Despite the many challenges Audie faced, including chronic pain and emotional scars from the war, his family remained a stabilizing force. The presence of his sons and the relative steadiness of his marriage to Pamela represented a significant contrast to his earlier years and gave Murphy a semblance of peace and normality. For decades, the circumstances surrounding the death of Audie Murphy, one of America's most decorated World War II heroes and a celebrated Hollywood actor, have been a subject of public record. On May 28, 1971, Murphy died in a tragic private plane crash near Roanoke, Virginia. The small Aero Commander he was riding in went down in bad weather while flying low over mountainous terrain. Official reports, including those from the National Transportation Safety Board (NTSB), attributed the crash to pilot error and poor visibility. An unfortunate accident that ended the life of the national hero at just 45 years old. Murphy was buried with full military honors at Arlington National Cemetery, his grave becoming one of the most visited sites there, a testament to his enduring legacy. While some rumors and conspiracy theories have circulated over the years, official investigations and historical accounts consistently point to an accidental crash due to adverse weather conditions and pilot error, rather than deliberate sabotage or foul play.